遅すぎよ。その言葉を使うにはね。ありえないでしょ。
ボロボロじゃねえか。
南雲。
Arifureta is back, baby. Let's freaking go. And it's back featuring my favorite, well, one of my favorite characters in Shizuku. Now, in all transparency, I love all the different characters within Arifureta. They all have something that is drastically different, from Tio to Shay, or Shia to Kaori to Shizuku. You know, they're all gonna bring something different, you know, to the table. But I've been no stranger in saying my favorite character of the show is Kaori, and if Kaori didn't exist, it would be Shizuku. And this episode was just a big feature of Shizuku doing a lot of inner searching, and all of that thing that she's kept bottled up inside just kind of came out. Now, it didn't come out of her own volition. It was her labyrinth challenge, and the labyrinth basically shows you your darkest, deepest secrets and emotions and everything else. And because of that, the dark-skinned version of Kaori, which I don't know why they made all of their alternative or opposite versions of themselves brownies like myself. But they did it, and I appreciate it. I was like, God damn, Shizuku look good. Brown, all brown, white hair. Like, what's up, mamas? But they did do that, and she basically put everything to light. And I loved the being back. And I loved it being featuring Shizuku and learning all about her inner emotions and inner turmoils and everything. Like I said, if Kaori was the #1 girl in my heart, it would definitely be Shizuku. And I was thinking about that too right before I hit record. I was like, man, my favorite characters in Arifureta are the two girls who got transported from Japan. You know, because, you know, for me, you know, specifically, you know, for me, it's Kaori #1. She's like #1 top girl. Then it's Shizuku. You know, then is Shay or Shia, you know, however you want to say it. Then Tio, then Yue. Yue is my least favorite, and I don't know if it's her vampire personality. Again, it's not she's bad. I love the Yue as well. But you know, if I had to choose, you know, top waifu, you know, and then after Yue, would definitely be Amako. Amako, the teacher. It would it would definitely be the teacher. And actually, the teacher might even come before Tio. Now that I think about it, but it would be like the teacher, and then after the teacher would be, what's her name? The damn, I can't believe I forgot her name. The little girl's mom or whatever. It'd be like right after that, and then I guess the mom and daughter both tie for like the end, just because it is what it is. But yeah, I love finding out about Shizuku, and you know, again, top waifu, you know, learning more about her. And I like finding out that we all know already that she's had this princess complex, that she wants to be the damsel, but more often than not she ends up being the hero. We saw in her flashback with Kaori of how like Kaori has always really vied for her to be the princess, to be the queen, to be the, you know, to be the girly girl, but because of her reputation, because of her familial ties to kendo and her dad and the kendo club and the kendo dojo, whatever, she's always been seen as more of a tomboy or more manly and everything like that. And again, not the damsel but the hero, saving the damsel kind of thing, but she's always wanted to be the princess, you know, which totally makes sense. You can imagine that it really messes with a kid's head, you know, when you're kind of always seen as this thing that this is not who I am. This is just it's a part of me, but is it everything about me, you know? And I like how it walked us through that, you know, at one point she viewed 𝐜𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐥 as the person to come and, you know, be the prince to, you know, to save her and, you know, sweep her off her feet. And she was always looking for somebody like that. But instead of him coming in and doing that, he actually grew really jealous of her and her skill level and not being able to beat her. So instead of a prince, he became an enemy. And again, they're friends and stuff, but these are just things the way it was seen. And because of that, it further exemplified her status as being that, boy killer, like whatever. And there was even a point in her story, which I thought was really sad, of a girl asking like, "Oh, you're a girl?" And of course, I mean, she's really well endowed. So it was just whatever female was getting mad at her for hanging out with 𝐜𝐴, it was just her being just a bitch, right? Like, she obviously knew. She just wanted to really stick it to her. And that made an impact. As you can imagine, depending on what age that happened, 13, 14, 15, 16, whatever. When you're young, you're finding out who you are, and sometimes it takes people a long time to really find that out. So you're unsure, and you're really influenced by other people and then their views, whether that's true or not, whether it comes from a place of good or jealousy, whatever. You're influenced, and I loved hearing that. And then I also love hearing how, her heart changed, and when she thought she was gonna die, and 𝐜𝐴 came, or 𝐜𝐴 came and saved her and kind of made her the damsel in distress, and he saved her, and he was the hero, and he was the person that she's always been looking for. He came out of nowhere and kind of stole, saved her life and stole her heart at the same time. And she's finding out she's in love with him, and she's struggling with that because Kaori loves her, and she has UA to compete with, and Shay, and basically there's a lineup of girls who are also throwing their hearts at him, and she just like doesn't know what to do with this emotion. And she definitely, unlike 𝐜𝐴 earlier in the episode, she definitely does not overcome her evil side at all. She succumbs to it, and she thinks she's gonna die again. And of course, boom, boom, here's our boy 𝐜𝐴 comes and has his arm around her, and he's like, "Man, you're beat up." He's like, "I'm here for you, baby girl." And again, that's just gonna solidify her love even more. And hopefully, this is a moment where she becomes at peace with it. And the one thing I'm worried about, though, is like she might confess to him and just be very straight up. And there's a chance, and there's a world where Shizuku jumps up rank and actually ends up, right now it's UA, and then it's Shay, right after now, as 𝐜𝐴's made peace with having the harem part. And you would think the next up would be Kaori, and then Tio, and then Shizuku. And then after that would probably be the teacher, and then I forget what the hell her name is. Her mom, the mom character, So you would think that there would be like an order to it, but 𝐼𝐼𝐶 is her name. Mew's mom. So you would think it'd be UA is already established, Shay's established, and then after that you would think it'd be Kaori, and then Tio. And then after that would maybe be Shizuku, and then 𝐼𝐶, and then Mew and Mew's mom. Mew's more the daughter, but Mew's mom kind of thing. You'd think it'd be like in that order. And then if some other character appears at some other point, who knows about that. But that's kind of how. But there's a world now where Shizuku could jump up and surpass Kaori and Tio and all of them, which is kind of crazy. Which I hope happens, because again, like I said, I love Shizuku. I mean, Kaori is my favorite, like I said, and I think she needs to be established. Like, 𝐜𝐴 needs to kind of like needs to put the butter on the bread already. You know what I mean? It's been a long time coming, but yeah. Anyways, I'm just yabbering on. But this episode was awesome. I loved it. Arifureta is so back. I'm so glad that it's finally back from its hiatus. This was episode number 12. As a reminder, there's 16 total episodes this season. Unfortunately, it's not 2 cores and 24 episodes, which really, really sucks. But instead, it is 16 episodes total. This is number 12. We have episode 13, 14, 15, 16. So we have 5 more weeks of Arifureta. The reason the reason that it was so weird with its release is just because it went through 2 different what do you call it? It got 2 different pushbacks. So it got 2 different pushbacks for the studio and stuff, which really sucks. So, yeah. All right, my friends, I'm leaving you guys some those thoughts there. Next episode's called episode 13. Thank God she's still a pervert. I'm assuming that means that we're going to be featuring Tio next episode. We'll probably start with the Shizuku stuff and then transfer into Tio. All right, my friends, I'm going to see you guys then. Arifureta is back. Shizuku Stan reporting in. Kaori's number 1, though. Peace.